So, speedrunning. Almost as many views as Tape Army or Chill Minus Streams, Counter Minus Strike. It's pretty big. Two, three, four, fifth biggest on Twitch. See who's got them views. My boy Spike and Caleb. See you getting 1 and 2. Where's 3? Is it streaming? I'll just say these are both Feasel. So Spike, Caleb, Feasel, and then Marathon. And then you got the less than 1,000 view streams, which, like, you know, who cares about? But how we get here? What's the history? So this goes back a long time. I'm going to talk about the history of speedrunning. First proper speedrun, competitive sense, was Dragster, when Todd Rogers in 1982, September 1st, achieved a score of 551. This was put in the Guinness Book of World Records. It was, a big thing for the time, and it's what really got, like, not just a score attack in a video game, but a time attack, as it used to be called. But no one else really had the skills to do it until Doom came along, and this guy named Looper, from Doom 1, Doom 2, and onward, he's been speedrunning Doom for, like, since it came out, I think. He's, like, one of the first. He's still doing it today, because he's, like, just pretty crazy. He didn't join the Doom world till 2009, because literally, his computer only played Doom and served no other function. He's, one of the crazy good Doomers. But then Quake was a thing, and we're like, yo, we got the Quakers. Quakers are somewhat notorious. They're in a lot of parades and shit. Because Quake was like Doom, but it also had rocket jumps. And bunny hopping. And that was pretty good. And this is what, like, Speed Demos Archive originated in. And then there was like, oh man, this Super Play by Morimoto, a super gamer. It was like Super Mario 3, Super Play, Super Gamer, and people were like, wow, you can do speedruns of games that are not Dragster, Doom, or Quake. And then the creator of SDA, Radix, he started doing that, but then Mick Williams took over, and Radix has never been seen or heard from again. They started speedrunning lots of games on this site. 1,287, including Quake where it all began. This is, of course, ignoring Dragster, because there's kind of a feud between SDA and Twin Galaxies, and they've refused to acknowledge the greatness of Dragster. And speedrunning, it wasn't really, like, popular at the time. It took Half-Life 2 done quick to, like, really launch it, SDA, into the hotspot. And then games like Super Mario 64 became a thing. And a lot of people speedrun it, did real good, but there was some controversy over people saying, we only want to speedrun on the fastest version, where they got, like, a few people getting 139. But there's a lot of people who were like, no, we only want to speedrun on the slowest version, where there's like 4 minutes slower here. Sigelmick? I don't know how to say that. But there was, some controversy over people wanting to speedrun only the slowest version, or the N64, which is 4 minutes faster by this timing. So that kind of, like, destroyed, it fractured the gaming community. So people played shitty meme games like Hotline Miami, Fortified Zone. I mean, this is pure cancer. So then Games Done Quick came along, and they're like, you know what, we're going to make it pure. They got games like Ape Escape, Ratchet and Clank. They got rid of the the fracturing. They made speed gaming whole again. It had issues though, like it was run by Mick Williams of SDA fame, and Mischief Maker's Peaches here was probably the greatest speedrunner of the golden era of speedrunning, which was September 2012 to February 2013. And during this time, it was actually, a pretty good speedrunner, not just of Mischief Makers, but also Toe Jam and Earl. Let's see here. Oh no, Ren and Stimpy, yeah. Ren and Stimpy and Toe Jam and Earl. But he was actually assassinated and his run was replaced by Mecha Richter. And Peaches has never been heard from since, though Mick Williams, with his vast amount of money, did make like a body double. So here's a video of his, like, when they brought him back to, you know, to make sure people knew that it's like, oh, he hasn't been assassinated. He just didn't show up for a while. When does the run start? Half hour in. So it's like, yeah, if you look closely, you know, this guy has like hair on his head. It's a body double. So you know, there were some issues with GDQs where they would assassinate people who did not you know, follow the rules, and then replace them with a body double. This is this has been like a known thing for a while, so that's just the way it works until the North American Speedrunner Assembly came along, and this is really the savior of speedrunning, and it led to only speedrunning pure games like Barney's Hide and Seek, and that's where you know, it made the most competitive game on speedrun.com pretty much, and that's like where speedrunning got where it is today. Yeah.